Okay, we are recording right now. I'm literally recording right before work. I gotta move. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. Hold on. The victim is Nagito Komeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plush factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stab in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Jesus. Bro got violated. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again, but what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate, so we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I could properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Alright, let's move. Let's move. We gotta move quick. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us, but even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times where we were only able to reach the truth because of him, but everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now's not the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. First off, let's start with the legs. Both of Nagito's legs were tied up. Each rope was tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs were all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it.
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? Even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have had a deep grudge towards Nagito. Refusing to let him die easily, I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Torture wounds have been added to the true bullet section in your handbook. Okay, cool. Let's move. Face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
What a horrible look on his face. The blood splatter all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Shaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. What are you doing?
It's gonna be
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. Ah, the blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case, it's no use. She's not listening.
Hey.
About the blood splatter on his face, there's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well,
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. This is ridiculous. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems like the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand,
it cannot be.
and then they finished him off with a spear.
How cruel.
Then does that mean the killer went through the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use the spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Can I focus on this rope? Yeah, I can. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's claws completely unaffected by the fire when he's so close to the blaze? Okay, what else can I focus on? The left hand. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere. There's something strange. What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but something else that's strange? When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. Right, why is it only on this part?
See?
It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make this blood splatter like this? I don't know, bro. This is crazy. Let's look at the spear now. The spear with a flashy ornament on it impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. Use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gunga, right? You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice, damn you all to hell. See, even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight of the end of the cord coming out of the handle looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Was he beating somebody with it? Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Did I look at everything on this body? I guess I'm done with the area. Yeah. Can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible, and I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. What the fuck is up with this Monokuma plushie? Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey, no response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there, it's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why did he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so
He's probably
evil.
lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. Can I get my frames back in order? I can't get my frames back in order. My frames will not come back. Hello? Frames? 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 I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't move.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? So, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Alright, we got that. Got that out the way. Let's go. Let's go. This is the looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably the fire grenades that we threw. Yep, I'm skipping this. Wow, this takes so long to skip. They weren't actually useful. Sprinklers did all the work, yeah. Fire grenades did nothing, bro. We did them shits for no reason. Nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. So then why'd you have me look at it? Oh wow, I can move like... Anything I can look at back here? No. I can't even look at these, okay. So, lighter. And, it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
An oil lighter, someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It's the most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting his warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence. That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... Oil lighter has been added, okay. Look at Nagito's body. I'm gonna talk to Chiaki. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well?
You can see a girder right next to it. There.
See?
Do you see that red streak? Oh, huh? You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. Is that blood? Blood? Color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Got it. Thanks for the truth bullet. Still can't leave. Who I gotta talk to?
So just
If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. Okay, she's useless. Who are you? I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? This rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Oh, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up.
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it.
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. That was useless. It matters for Gundam's killing it from Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's 12:30. So it also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? Right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. We were all there. But this could have been like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime was very detailed, so they would have needed time to repair. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. It should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone through the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. This is an MP3 player, even a speaker plugged into it, but why is this here?
Maybe.
Looks like that weird music was playing from there. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it, that music was playing from the MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? Okay. Sick. 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 I'm sorry, what is this? Tons of books. There are a bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Apparently they contain Monokuma poetry and photos. Sprinkly completely soaked them. I can't turn the pages anymore. It's not like I'm missing much. I don't need to look at that shit. What the fuck? Monokuma panels? There are a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall they were all stacked. Should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess. Huh? Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... Oh, when Akane kicked over the fucking door. I'm skipping all this. I don't have time for this, guys. Sorry. Could it be... Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. And compared to that other tipped over panel, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Okay, we got that. What else should I be looking for here? Why you check the back of the warehouse? Do I need to talk to you, Sonia? Looks like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse, which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we'll pretty much investigate Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito said in the warehouse exploded. Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's alright, it's not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing in that time?
Oh my! It cannot be!
It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch. Yo, that's her actually saying that? Sonia?
I am sorry!
I'm terribly sorry, I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone, so I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered.
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito were brought from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out the bombs in the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought I could use one of them to gain interest to the ancient ruin. However, that plan was out of the feather.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
Oh, I see Monami in the corner. Y'all not slick.
As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. How the fuck did you do this? That bomb was real and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated, but the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
Have a minute.
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Got your account. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well. She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base, the plushie factory, Nezumi Castle, and Nagito's room. Alright, I gotta do that in 30 minutes.
Can you hear
Hey you guys,
me?
isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? Response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her. I agree, I was just thinking about proceeding to the area. It seems we have the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice, there just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together, so we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
It's okay if we leave this place. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Alright, let's move to the plushie factory. That's where we gotta go first. Then we gotta go to Nezumi Castle. I forgot the other two places. I know Nagito's room was another place, but in the military base. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks, which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing particular that catches my eye. Laptop? That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop, just to watch us somewhere. If not, how do you time this message perfectly? Automatic play, why do you have to use a video message, yada yada yada. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right, besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Why am I looking at this basket? That was an accident. I went to talk to Sonia. I've never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into.
However...
While I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here.
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right.
Let us rip apart these right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carefully messed with it?
Easy as pie.
Either way, it is all gravy. Oh, what the hell does that mean?
Enough
Stop,
already.
there's no bomb.
Hey.
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is a soft weight of cotton.
I see.
You're alright.
However...
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
Well,
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
that is...
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. I can get out of here now. Yep, I'm getting out of here. Okay. Military base. That's where I need to go next. Run, Hajime. God damn. Could not move any slower at a time like this. Okay. Alright, boom. Truck with the weapons. A huge supply of guns and other firearms and stuff into the truck bed.
Whoa.
Found it. What did you find? Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife. Wait, that's one in his hand. Yep.
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained that knife here. So the killer is someone who visits this military base at least once. That's everyone though. No, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. The bombs are fake. This might be fake too, but I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Okay.
Maybe. All right.
Okay, so then what now? What else do I have to look at here? None of these have to do with anything to do with the incident, so then what am I looking for? Something around here that I gotta... This truck maybe? When I try looking through the truck bed, it's empty, nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on that truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However...
Yep, she talked about the bombs disappearing. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible that he thought that they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said as much as his video message. Yeah, he said they were fake. Okay, cool. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Alright, I can leave. I gotta go to Nezumi Castle, right? What island was that on? I think that was on Island 4. I'm moving, bro. I am moving at the speed of sound. I'm moving as fast as possible. Go in there. There's a spear missing. Spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought, it looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle and there's a weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungear, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. Why did the killer use the spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
And they could have just killed him with a knife and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. It definitely looks hard to wield, but still, they chose the spear for a reason. What reason could that be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. Oh, as if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's died. Now's not the time to think about stupid things like that, man. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Let's go. I got 15 minutes left. Give me Thank God for light speed travel. All right, let's move. Y'all two need to move out my way. Open this fucking door. I can't go inside. Open the door, Monokuma. God, Lee.
What's this?
You want to go inside Nagito's room too?
Hajime.
Hurry
What are
up.
you
I'm
gonna
just
do?
listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that.
Boy.
Then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black beans. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
Fine. Now then. Loose. Bye-bye.
I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. Why is the door open like a spell like that? That's... Maybe the cottage key is computerized. I don't give a fuck. Let's go. Let's move. Let's move. I'm skipping shit. We got shit to move. We gotta move that pack. We gotta move that weight. What the fuck is that? Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside of this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. I want to see absolute hope, coming despair, so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. What the fuck is this? Fancy looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be Monomi's treasure? Yeah, it's Monomi's treasure. Okay, cool. That treasure box. You know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she's just reacting. She wasn't just reacting. I'm on. Bro, I don't want to. Steve Monomi was talking about with Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know. If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. I turned back towards the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside, there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings, as if they were drawn by children, and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byaku is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I keep flipping through the pages. Day 3, day 4, day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on the entry titled Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Stop, don't look at my notebook. Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took that notebook out of my hand. And for some weird reason, when it was focused on Chiaki my frames were dropping.
I won't forgive
I did
you.
ask you to look through my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. I was close. If I had come in later, you would have seen the inside of the notebook. We were already through that. This notebook here, Nagito was the thief? Betrayal. I was betrayed by my beloved student. Nobody loved you, Monami.
Hey.
That notebook is pretty much your diary, right? Diary? Seems that way. That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written.
Hey!
You're a liar. What's going on, bro? Monami, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote that in the notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. What? What are you saying? I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong!
No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. Bullseye, I know, because I'm the same way too. Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
No way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. Looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. I don't know why you get so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? So who wrote in it?
Bye-bye.
Damn, I knew she was gonna do that. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again. Same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. I gotta get out of this situation. This frame right here is fucking up my frames. It might be better than I didn't ask her. Okay, what else am I supposed to look for? Do I just talk to Chiaki? I think. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first. Okay, refrigerator then. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Nice, my cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talk with Chiaki, I open the refrigerator out of curiosity. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. Someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he stopped very much. That bottle clearly isn't a drink. There's some kind of... Bro, this shit says poison. This is... It looks like it's poison. Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in detail. Be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm gonna get nervous. Grab the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its vitality is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or a plastic container away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. Where did Nagito get something like this?
Well?
That question could be applied to the bomb used at the hotel too. Applied to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right? He was probably hiding them somewhere in his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? How dangerous. What would he have done if he actually tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Oh my god. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder if there's still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet. Another trap. For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Island? What the fuck? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? I still can't leave. What am I supposed to look at? There's a lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to books, there's a bunch of random crack stuff on the shelves. It might take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff.
Hey.
Let's just leave it for later. I agree. Let me get that. Why are you hiding in the tub? I don't know what else to look at. Bed.
Hey.
Maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's the usual place for hiding things, like porn. You should still check just in case. No expectations without thinking. I peeked under the bed and there's something there. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. Looks like there's something inside. What is this? Looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? That's crazy. Is there anything else under the bed? Let's see. Peeked under the bed once again and started looking at it. There's a small piece of paper on the floor. Made of blue aluminum. A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? Similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait.
Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. Still can't leave. You know what? No, I gotta get out of here. We're gonna continue the investigation later, okay? We're gonna go ahead and save. Save it here. Okay? And we're gonna save it in both slots. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'll continue the investigation later, and the investigation will go straight into the class trial. That's what we'll end up doing. So I ain't got nothing else to say, and as always, we move.